Welcome to Easy Maths. In this video, we will be expanding single brackets. Now, in order to expand and simplify brackets in general, you do need to remember how to collect terms. So let's expand these single brackets. And to expand the single brackets, we need to multiply each term on the inside of the bracket by the expression on the outside. So for example, we're multiplying the 3 by the x, and we're also multiplying the 3 by our positive 6. Now let's write out this multiplication. So 3 multiplied by x and plus 3 multiplied by 6. Let's do the multiplication. 3 times x is 3x plus 3 times 6 is 18. Let's look at the second one. We have x minus 2 times x minus y. Now note we have two terms on the outside of the bracket. In this case, we're only going to use negative 2. So negative 2 multiplied by x. Let's write that out. Negative 2 multiplied by x, and then negative 2 multiplied by negative y. So negative 2 multiplied by negative y. Now let's do our multiplication. So we're going to rewrite our x, keeping it. We haven't used it yet. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And negative times a negative is a positive. So negative 2 times negative y is positive 2y. Now notice we do have like terms, so we need to collect our like terms. X minus 2x is minus x. We have no more like term to our y, so we write it back. And this is simplified. Now let's look at the final example. Notice we have two sets of brackets that we need to expand. So we do it individually. So let's do this set, and then we do the second set. Then we combine them. So 3 multiplied by 2x. Let's write it up. 3 multiplied by 2x plus 3 multiplied by 5y. Let's work this multiplication out. So 3 multiplied by 2x gives us 6x plus 3 multiplied by 5y gives us 15y. Now notice if this is all that you were given right here, then this is what you would have done. Now let's do the next half. We're multiplying x minus 2y by 4. So 4 multiplied by x, let's write it out. Let's use a different color. So that would be 4 multiplied by x, and then 4 multiplied by negative 2y. So negative times a positive, or positive times a negative, is a negative. So that's negative 4 times 2y. And then let's do the multiplication. So we have 4x minus 8y. And now we're going to combine our like terms. So in this case, we have 6x and we have a positive 4x. So 6x plus 4x gives us 10x. And then we have negative 8y. And we also have a positive 15y. So 15y minus 8y gives us 7y. And that is simplified. Now your turn. Pause the video, have a go. Welcome back. So in the first one, a times b is ab, and a times c is ac. In the next question, 2x multiplied by x is 2x squared, and 2x multiplied by negative y is negative 2xy, and that is simplified. The third one, we have p squared multiplied by 3p, which gives us 3p cube, or 3p to the third power, and p squared multiplied by negative 1 gives us negative p squared. Let's do the fourth one. We're multiplying x minus 4 by negative 3. So I always like to put this in a little bubble or circle so I remember. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 4, remember a negative times a negative is a positive, and 3 times 4 is 12. A times 2 is 2a, and a times negative b is negative ab, and then a times c is ac. Now in the last one, we do them one set at a time. So let's go. 7 times 2x gives us 14x. 7 times negative y gives us negative 7y. And then, as usual, I like to use a little bubble to remind myself that this is a negative term. So negative 3 times 3x gives me negative 9x, and negative 3 times negative 2. So a negative times a negative is a positive, and 3 times 2y is 6y. Now let's collect our like terms. So we have 14x, and we're taking away 9x from that, and that will give us 5x. And negative 7y is a like term with our 6y, so plus 6y, which will give me negative y. Well done.